Oh, I'm not sure if Bob is available to speak, but he's the person who wrote the foreword to what I learned on X. Everything that's in that book started from conversations with Snake in DMs.
With who?
See that guy Bob there
Yeah,
in the listener?
yeah.
Yeah, he wrote the foreword of the book. X is the sea of Narcissus. That's Bob.
Wow, man, you find
Yeah, dude, if you think I'm unhinged, holy crap, you haven't seen anything. I am completely level-headed.
nice, nice, man. You find I personally, I never thought I would come across info as deep as this, like on a psychological level on Web3 until I met you. So this is should I say perspective changing? Is that a right word to use?
Yes, Bob, can you comment on the statement? Everyone has an epistemic center, but most never move theirs. That's what you told me. Can you unpack that? By the way, Bob, everyone, the last time Bob was here, he said, you know what would be a good thing to do? Why don't you make it easier to program money? That's not me, eh? That's Bob. So I don't know where you want to start, Bob, but the last time we were here, we were talking about, hey, if we're not doing anything compliant, then you guys are fucked. That was Bob's feedback after D Grants too. He was like, "Yeah, this is all nice, but what happens when you want to launch something and they start knocking on your door saying, "Hey, you know that predictive market you just launched? Yeah, you're going to jail now." They actually did that. They actually knocked on the dude's door and put him in jail. But go ahead, Bob. Say what you want to say. I don't know what you want to say.
No, it's good to hear that I kept people out of jail. I'm happy to say
Yeah,
that my what would you say, a contrarian mindset
correct.
was able to keep people out of trouble. That's very
Who
comforting.
knew? Who knew that compliance would be a complete?
It's the word compliance is a little bit infuriating to me right now because like, well, okay, so I saw what everybody's doing in crypto and I thought, all right, that's cool. What if I just took the crypto out and kept engineering? So so I have something I can just go ahead and say it on this recorded space. It's something like business models is code. Just let that kick around for a second. Uh, and then you can also do it with crypto too. Like there's because it's modular and shit. So that's just what I've been up to lately. And then what was that statement you said about the epistemic center? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You don't know what the fuck truth is. You have no idea. You don't know what someone else's truth is. You don't know what the ground truth is. You barely know what your truth is. So it helps to be plastic uh, in understanding where someone else's epistemic center might be. And if you've got the bravery, if you've got the gumption, go ahead and move yours.
So when we went to Bitcoin Vegas, that's where we met Bob face to face, and we went on some long walks and talked about stuff like this. And so, Bob, you saw the submission for Resort Maker. I DM'd you.
Yeah, the resort maker thing looks like it's matured into quite an interesting project.
How did that start?
How did that start? That was my wife's idea, kind of, sorta.
Did you
So we had.
did you show her the new stuff?
Well, I haven't showed her the new stuff yet. We've been talking about some quite serious things. Um, no, it started off some conversations between that original question, like, what if we could just program money? And then offline, her and I are talking about, like, well, yeah, that's not fucking hard. And then just implementing that in a mermaid diagram. And then I think that we talked about the ideas in the mermaid diagram. And then that kind of like ended up getting us in front of Ian.
How
And then
did you
so
get in front of Ian? What was that moment like?
I was, well, personally, I was just like, this is an interesting condo, and these people are spending way too much money on this. But let's see what this conversation holds, you know, because
But
it's
like, tell them,
always an adventure when you do business.
tell them about you and Rocky and Joseph and everyone in Vegas. How we met Ian.
Oh, okay. So the context of that is, you know how AI makes a lot of money, right? And we like money, and big industries need AI, obviously. So we just happened to have connections in real estate and decided to solve real estate problems live on the ground at a convention. Doing that got us sales leads all the way up to what's up, guys? Prologis. So we were attracting global 2,000 customers with no ability to fulfill the requirements at all. This is like I'm running around talking about compliance this, compliance that, and here I am on the ground doing this fucking psychological operation, knowing damn well we are nowhere near compliant. So it is what it is, right? But what that showed me is that one of the meanest problems that a business is going to have starting up and proceeding forward is addressing the compliance requirements of that global 2000. Because once you crack that global 2000, you then have icons on your website that show you mean business. You're in the realm of permanent ARR, where your application can then become infrastructure for an entire enterprise.
Yeah. So if you think I'm unhinged, meet Bob. He wrote the forward. There's a reason I asked him. Why'd you say X is a sea of Narcissus? How dare you?
Oh, well, because your phone is a black mirror.
Say that again.
Your phone is a black mirror.
What does that mean?
So black mirrors are used for scrying. You know what scrying is, right?
No, please. I'm Canadian.
Okay. Scrying is when you stare at the poutine and infer patterns that were in your subconscious. So it's a way of staring at something that has no inherent value in and of itself, like a black mirror. And oh, I've been given a direct definition. Let me read this sucker off. Scrying is a different divination practice involving the use of reflective surfaces like mirrors or crystal balls to receive visions or sensory impressions, aiming to reveal hidden knowledge, future events, or insights into the present. Um, so that's
Wait a minute. So does that mean we're all jewels in an Indra's net?
correct.
Wait a minute. Because, okay, so this is a picture of what I think you just said, but this is us. I never considered that we might be the jewels. But take a look at that image. Is that about right?
Uh, which channel did you send this on?
In the top there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know how to use Twitter.
Um, let's send it to you. All right, it's in your DMs
Okay,
as well, but
that
should be up
helps.
there soon.
Pretty close, yeah, and that's how the math works too. It's fractal.
Yes, isn't that fucked?
Yeah. Turns out floating points for the wrong thing. Oh well.
They should have never mapped points. But yeah, so what's the future, Bob? Iraqi's going to New York for the Aptos hackathon with a designer from California named John, who does architecture in California for a living. And both of them, Rocky's wifey is going as well. They're going to walk the conference.
Hmm.
So what does the next 30 days hold if either Rocky wins the hackathon, of which there's 100,000, or he wins during the conference? What happens?
So I think the next thing that happens there, if I'm just pretending, is well, what is his hackathon idea? And you've also got to realize that I
Sure.
have cut crypto entirely out of my head for the past 3 months.
Yes. No. we're not. So if we mention token, we're making a mistake. If we mention NFT, we're making a mistake. The idea is we make a baby between Robinhood and Airbnb for Resort Maker to create the flywheel.
Got it. Okay. So that's good. I'm glad you're avoiding those particular poison terms. So if that's a win, right? Then what? We go forward with implementation?
And our next
Is
18 months are spoken for.
Right.
well, so are we talking about like if he wins the hackathon, right? That's 100K. If he wins on the conference floor, and it sounds like you're defining that as what is his goal on the conference floor?
Attract the right people through which you attract funding.
Where's the funding going? Like who's receiving it?
Well, actually,
Me?
You? Okay, good. No, we're good. We're good. I know you know what the hell you're doing with the CFO title, so that's good.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Paul, what's your take
Uh,
on all of this?
yeah.
Um,
First
I'm
of all,
looking
you should have
forward.
never taught me how to code. That's your
Yeah,
first
but
problem.
no, but the thing that I mean, it's just like all the three pots that I'm playing with right now. I'm watching the water starting to boil, and actually may put something in and start cooking. That's the way I look at it. It's it's going to play out, and when we get to turn around when it's done, if we've won, then we've got a whole nother set of things that we're going to have to do and move forward.
So number go up and then the level of execution go up.
Yep, yep.
Perfect. So that's the future then.
Yeah, it's the incremental steps in between on the ladder. The rungs are not getting closer together; they're getting further apart. You've got to really make an effort as you transcend those different levels. You know what I mean? So.
But here's the point I want to make. This didn't happen online. Sure, we met online, but you, Joseph, Rocky, and the rest of the team went physically to Las Vegas and did this face to face and met Ian over 6 months ago. Did not happen overnight.
Oh yeah, the thing is that this is it. If we are successful, right? If the conditions that I'm hearing being described from the financial office are as such, and that allows execution to proceed, then it's a weird, very long ROI on what seemed like a very stupid adventure. But you really can't beat the power of on the ground operations in terms of making networking sales.
I kind of look at it like riding a wave. You feel the water draw back from you, and then all of a sudden it starts coming in, and then you got to time it right.
I worked for one of the first Shopify brands I ever worked for was a brand called No Free Wave. And he said that when a wave comes, everyone wants to get on the wave for free. But what they don't realize is that there is no free wave.
Mm-mm.
You have
And
to
there's
create it.
usually more than one wave.
Well, you have to create it.
Yep.
You have to take actions that are so resonant, not impactful, resonant, that new shit happens way later that you couldn't have calculated for.
I always wondered how would I ever know if I was doing the right thing, but I wasn't doing it long enough yet?
Some external condition changes. Like a condition you didn't think could change will just open up for you.
I mean,
Doors open up, man. I thought I didn't. I
mm,
really didn't think I was going to end up working in San Francisco, but I did that for like a month, and I ended up meeting a lot of people. So as impactful as Las Vegas was for this group, this last month was for me. But getting very interesting.
So was it connected to the reference or was it something else?
It was precisely that.
Oh, really?
It was
The last,
precisely that.
the last time we talked, I did the reference and I
Yeah.
never heard anything.
Well, I took off fully into the task, as you know I tend to do, and
Mhm.
that was infrastructure development for an AI company. So now I know how the sausage is made.
Yay! I
Oh
want to know.
boy.
I wanna know.
Oh boy.
There's a lot. There is a lot.
It's so I've been quiet about the whole mission because I'm trying to operationalize what I learned. I would never. So I'll put it this way: I have the architecture in my pocket to build an AI lab. I would never call myself an AI lab because I'm not fucking around. I know what I'm doing. I am an engineering firm, right? It's a different thing. And I think that's the real attitude and approach. Secondarily, this being a controversial topic in the AI community in general, and that usually means I'm about to predict the future. AGI fell off. It's a dumb idea because what they're doing is they're trying to create one model that knows everything. And if you know anything,
It ain't gonna work.
yeah.
Monoliths don't work.
Well, and then you're just monoliths don't work. If you don't have an ontology, you can't fish out the right information. So why the fuck aren't?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We don't really have to talk about that too much more because anything beyond that is snitching,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And this is
the
the
thing is,
difference.
even if you said the philosophy in public, um, only those with ears could hear. You know what I mean? If like you just rattled off the explanation in 60 seconds, it would still be incoherent, even though you're a great communicator.
Well, I
Oh, no,
understand his. I understand his engineering comment because
Hmm.
there's areas of components within that entity, that organization, that he really doesn't want to probably mess with because it's a realm that is kind of fluid, and it's all the massaging of all the stuff to get it in there, if you know what I mean. The training and the
it's data infrastructure, bro. It's
yeah.
old big data. It's Apache big data. It's the shit we were doing in 2009. Oh nine, not 19. Oh nine. If you were around in '09, you can scale to whatever the fuck you want with AI.
Mm.
That's
Why?
the
What
real
did we
life.
have known? Is that when AWS achieved a minimum viable level of programmability, or was it something else?
No, the foundational thing I believe there was several distributed systems problems being solved in code in three critical Apache projects, which allowed databases to take new forms. That's purely it. That's where you get AI from. It takes so long to figure out what the hell to do with those programming tricks that it's an emergent thing, right? But AI is nothing new. People have been doing this shit since the 60s.
I thought
You
you
know,
were just talking like in Bob Talk. The 2009 Apache conference paper, Databases Take on New Forms by
bro,
Stonebreaker et al. What the
Yep.
fuck? Oh my,
that's what Bob Talk is. I know what I'm talking about.
holy shit. I didn't realize that it was a formal name of a paper.
I try to
So you
remember it.
could
Yeah,
just
I'm good.
so what's Databases Take on New Forms by Stonebreaker? People realized the era of one size fits all databases were over. Whoa, I'm not even gonna say anything more. This is fucked.
Right. So if you track that lineage all the way to 2025 with the Apache Foundation, you have the keys to AI. Simple as. Now, navigating that and picking the right open source project and then operating on a hyperscale, that's what you guys are going to pay me for.
So this is like the most applied lead code problem of all time.
Man, I hate leak code so much. I hate leak code so much. It's unreal. Don't get me anywhere
But this
near
is what
leak
LeetCode
code.
was.
Don't ask me to do leak code. If you're asking me to do leak code, I know you can't manage engineers for shit.
But like this is what LeetCode is
You're not
supposed to
going to be
prepare.
nice to him. I
But
know.
this is what LeetCode is supposed to prepare you to do. But they took philosophy out. Is that what happened?
So I'll say it like this. Okay, leak code is like VR training. So if you like, all of my feelings about leak code are summed up in the VR missions of Metal Gear Solid 1. That's all there is to it. That's leak code, right? It's scenario training. And that's just meant to get you to think in systems. If you already think in systems, go do some real shit in the open source. Like, don't go do some meme shit in TypeScript or whatever. Go find the ugliest, nastiest problem nobody wants to touch and punch it till it dies. That's how you get the novel technology.
So I think Aptos, the Facebook people, made it easier to program money. And so what I did is I took the Aptos server and then I refixed it with Claude and Cursor to make it the Stacks MCP server. So that's where we are on trying to make it easier to program money.
Oh, that's a good idea. So basically, the thing is, you got agent to agent payments cooking up.
The precursor, because we're kind of looking at the primitives. And so
Mm,
when we look at primitives, we're like, okay, so who are the people in the community that are most likely to create the MCP server such that the primitives can be invoked by a vibe coder that are secure and compliant? So Rocky got appmaker.fun to be his Web3 lovable competitor.
mm, mm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So right now I'm just distributing the MCP server. A bunch of developers. Eventually, one is going to look at it and say, "This is a piece of shit. I can fix this," and then they're going to update it. At which point, I've won. You know what I mean? Because now people are working on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 I'd say you gather your community.
that's it. So yeah, we have Aptos, New York, 15th and 16th. AI Film 3, Arizona. Um, Did you see the thing from Andrew Chen?
Which one?
The one about the well, hold on, what was it called?
You
Give me
talking about
one
some
sec.
speed run shit?
Yes. So I
Yeah, I
think
gotta
we're
see if I
gonna.
got rejected.
So but wait, there's more. So check this out. I think we still have a chance. All right, I put it at the top.
I mean, I still have a chance. I applied and I haven't got a rejection mail yet.
All right, take a look at the top.
The top of the space.
Yeah, you see it there from Andrew.
Oh, great idea. I'll find it. Yeah. Did he come through with that? Did he ever hit you up?
So this is the next step. I went to email and I heard back from their marketing folks,
Hmm.
right? Uh, because I sent them a screenshot of great, I'll fund it, right? Who's not going to respond to that? So they responded and they said, amazing, please include it in your submission. Now, the submissions were about a week ago.
Hmm.
And so the plan is now that I've waited a week, I'm going to reping the person that reached out to me. There's actually three people. There's a speedrun team on the email, and then two people in marketing on A16Z. And I'm gonna re email, like I'm gonna prompt them with an email saying, "Hey, I'll put the thing again. Try look out for the submission."
Hey,
So,
shit, man. Tell him to put on your boy with Concord.
well, well, here's the. So if you scroll down, guess who has the idea?
Who is it?
Mr.
Let me
Good
see.
Vibes.
Okay.
So keep
Oh,
scrolling
yeah.
down.
So now, shit. I don't want to say this on recording, but it's like, yeah,
So we helped Vibes a year ago get a Phantom wallet on a space, and he
yeah.
turned that into Good Vibes Capital a hedge fund where they snipe Solana using autistic teenagers.
How is that going, by the way? Did it ever, are they up?
Oh, they're way up. So you know how a lot of people hate Pump.Fun?
Yeah, I hate pumped off fun. That shit was garbage.
So they're making money from it,
Okay, I mean
right?
they can't hate. They can't hate if they're making money.
Right. So I'll put some things at the top. So this is what he's doing with Canadian teenagers who are disillusioned with the options that they have, especially in light of the the tariffs and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I'll put all his picks. So he started off picking the Trump, right? That was the first one, and then it was
You know
Melania.
it's you know it's gonna happen with that action.
Oh my God. So yeah, he's just been picking and has a Discord of pickers, and now has Gen Z army of pickers, and they're just picking, and now they have machines that do the picking. You understand? So
Hmm.
he
Hmm.
has the whole business behind the business. I call it the reverse mullet. A
Well,
mullet
so yeah.
is business in the front, party in the back. He's party in the front, business in the back.
See, is he accumulating capital to accumulate capital? Is he gonna deploy it?
He's accumulating capital. Yeah, he's just
Dig it.
the entire hedge fund machine is just working.
Well, good. I mean, that would give him like a little bit of an edge on the
Yes,
A16Z app, I guess,
exactly. He
because
already
they
has the financial statements.
well, they're still addicted to crypto.
Yeah.
Anybody actually printing in crypto right now should ought to get it their attention if they're paying attention.
So like the good thing about Vibes is not only does he have like uh the performance on financials, but because he knows the marketing
It's a
side, his TikTok is blown up on this stuff as well.
it's a party cohort
Yes.
if he's successful.
Yes.
The whole cohort is a party if he's
Yes.
successful. And I think you need to put that shit in the marketing materials because they know they can't party. They
So
know they can't party.
it's so that's a crazy thing. So he's working everyone is going after the nerds on campus.
Yeah.
And
And they don't know
while
shit. They're dumb.
exactly, they don't have any business acumen, they're useless. And so um, while they're doing that, he's hanging out with the promoters on campus,
Who
and
know what
they're
people actually spend money on.
becoming good vibes ambassadors. So this shit is about to explode. Long story short, he's been working hard. You know what I mean? When D1 for soccer towers over all of these trolls that he's around. You know what I mean? He doesn't want the thing that they want the most. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
So he's the one with the abs and the whatever, half black, half Spanish, whatever. It writes itself. He's made for California.
Yeah, no,
And
it's a
so,
complete fuck up if we all make it. They really screwed up if that's true.
well, they have screwed up, haven't they? Look at Silicon Valley Bank. They have screwed up, right? That's been our thesis. But yeah,
I got a
so,
new one. No, I got a better
oh,
one.
tell
Check this
me,
shit out. I
what's
gotta
the latest
check
one?
this out. All right. So imagine I have $3 and I got three homies, right? And I say, all right, you two get $1 each. All right, now I'm gonna sell you something, and then you're gonna sell me something, so on and so forth. So we just turned that $3 into $300 of sales on the books. Right? Now imagine that you got a bunch of sauce products that nobody fucking wants, nobody cares about, and you just did the same thing with $3 billion. You got yourself an ecosystem that sustains itself.
Oh, you're talking about the Oracle OpenAI flywheel?
I'm saying it's flywheels all the way down.
It is flywheels all the way down,
It
isn't it?
is.
That's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of Adam Smith as a smart contract developer, because
Bro,
you
I
can
was eating so
program the
good
whole
on that.
economy.
I was eating so good in San Francisco based off of that shit.
Oh
They got
man.
food delivery services competing off of the same portfolio. I'm like, wow, this is great. And so it's like, who's ordering that, right? It's a few offices, yeah, sure, and it's whoever they can get organically off of the marketing. But you also got this like large network of businesses who are like incentivized socially to patronize people within the fund. So it doesn't matter if the fund returns; it's cooking.
Yeah, the fund is the people. I remember Bill Gates said, "Take away my top 20 people, you take away Microsoft away from me."
Essentially, yeah. I mean, so that's where they go into some shit like fund the founder, not the idea, and then have all these dumb fuck ideas.
Well, I remember we were last time I talked to you, we were laughing, and we are like, you know what? If we're not laughing, it might not be a good idea.
It's literally a bad idea if you're not laughing at
I like this room. It's a good room.
It
it.
has its moments. It does have its moments.
Like if you are not clasping your hands evilly at the scheme you just cooked up, you need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, it's like a D&D Pinky in the Brain. The
Bro,
money's fake, it's
if
real.
you're not scribbling like a couple pages in a notebook full of ideas about whatever you're cooking up, then you ain't cooking, bro.
I
Yeah, it
can't.
has to hurt. No, it has to hurt. You got
Yeah,
to be bleeding on the paper.
I can't. Think without writing.
Well, see, there's that mirror thing. You know, we're talking about the phone as a mirror. That's how to
Mm.
use it correctly.
That's the same way.
You're saying my notebook is a black mirror?
I mean,
I've never thought of a phone that way, man. That's actually kind of
scary as
Yeah.
shit, isn't it?
pretty deep. That's pretty deep.
Wait a minute.
Pencil and paper. Yep. It's the best way to go. I can't do it on phone or
Yeah, no, it's a
on the
whole
computer.
spooky month, man. Everybody I'm talking to, I'm scaring the shit out of them just a little bit.
No, I heard flywheels all the way down, and I got excited. But you guys
Oh
think
yeah, no, it's flywheels
strategy
all
shit?
it's
Well,
flywheels all the way down. We love our circular economies, man.
I've been like ranting about this for 4 years, bro. Like, why haven't we built an art flywheel?
Well, so I think maybe I'm gonna say this very politely. Why haven't we is like the worst way to ask a question. Is we must build an art flywheel
Yes,
because that's absolutely true, right? One of the biggest problems in like enterprises right now is that they're not creative enough. They don't have a connection to the art community that's actually going to use the tools and create the new mediums that people actually want to compete in the attention economy, right? So you got this real interesting opportunity where the artists have all the power and they don't fucking recognize it.
yeah. I'm trying to write. It's like trying to wrangle cats. Man, I hosted a space for like a year, and it's impossible to get them to do anything.
If
Is
you
this
want to,
microphone working?
oh, it's working great.
Okay, good.
I posted a picture from an artist I met. She told me that when you look at, uh, can you see the picture at the top there with the cylinder?
My PC is struggling.
The surface is actually the light hitting the surface. So I just put, this is what my notes look like. You can see at the top. I remember, Paul, you put this into the LLM. I wonder what it says. I wonder what Grok says about this. Yeah, so Adam Smith as a series of smart contract languages that facilitate gears, which represent flywheels all the way down. Is that about right?
Yes, that sparkles with me.
I like it. So what's happened recently is, first of all, Rocky got promoted to engineering manager. Second, Rocky just got funded to create the design system for the entire Stacks ecosystem. So he's the de facto chief experience officer. Then he's going to New York representing Resort Maker, then going to AI Film 3 in Arizona, and then the ideas go to San Francisco for the A16Z, and then Network School in the spring.
I feel like I'm all caught up, man. I can actually probably drop off, and it sounds like you
You're
have it.
you are totally good, but it all started with you because we don't. Again, I want to know like who's the first person who identified Ian? Because I remember the time when I was talking to you guys when you were at the conference. I want to know how Ian happened. Like who's the first person who laid eyes on him, and then you guys kind of raced Ian like a baton.
Oh, Ian became one of the guys at the booth, man. I just treated him like he worked there.
Really?
It was so fun because, like, so when I met him, right, he struck me as an intellectually curious guy, and he runs around with the title of architect on his shoulder. So I figured he might enjoy a few problems to solve. It was that simple. So instead of like hitting him with, "Oh, look at all these solutions I got," I was like, "Check out these problems I got to solve today." I wasn't even talking to him about like anything that would look like sales. I was just like, "Oh shit, here's a fellow intellectually curious person who probably thinks in systems. Let's see if he does for real." And that kind of got him stuck on like at the booth.
It's so interesting that the same conversation, which is disinteresting at one level, is completely enamoring at another. You just have to, and I'm still struggling with this, figuring out, recognizing the time and the place and the moment and the level of abstraction, let's say.
The angular velocity of linear thinking, lateral
Yeah,
thinking, lateral
the
thinking,
asymptotes. Yeah,
lateral thinking,
because
angular velocity of lateral thinking.
the more I learn how to code, the less coherent I'm becoming. And so I'm like, maybe I should just talk in pictures.
It's like tacking in the wind.
Mm-hmm. A constant asymptote directed at an end result. It's fascinating. So you see that image at the top there? That's kind of what's happening right now. So Rocky got funded to do design-driven development, in which he descends on the key projects in the Stacks ecosystem, for which if they increase their conversions by 10%, everything would blow up in the ecosystem. After he does his design-driven development, we have Figmas. The Figmas get vibe coded into prototypes, and then when those are pushed across the table by the external or internal coders, then those are go-to-marketed. And so we have the talent at the design, the vibe code, and the go-to-market side now.
And I think you also have enough sound bites of me to send to A16Z along with the.
I can't wait to cut this episode up. Any final words? Well, okay, so A16Z says that they want a jerk, but I don't think so, because when you disagree with these people who have a lot of talking heads around them, they often get upset. So if you could actually be a jerk to A16Z for like 90 seconds, what would you actually say to them?
Grow up. Web3 was fake and stupid, and you can't hyperstition a market into existence. Start building shit people want. I build shit people want. It's that simple.
I mean, you're right, Silicon Valley has moved into its hardware phase now that Taiwan is getting ever more precarious, perhaps. We can be honest.
Well, that's kind of part of the grow up thing. It's like actually take a look at the geopolitical situation. And if you're doubling down on any kind of like robotics, you need to start looking at that supply chain. That supply chain is nasty as hell. You don't have the capability of supporting a top line robotics company right now. If tariffs continue the way they are, and more importantly, if American supply chain doesn't advance. So essentially, if I'm pretending that I'm investing in the fund, I'm looking for a complete robotic supply chain, I'm looking for a complete AI supply chain. And I'm also looking for companies that are not beholden to the magical thinking of the public on AI.
Mm.
You mean realist?
No, question. Do you think Risk 5 is a part of that future for America?
Risk 5, what's that?
You know that open hardware that Jim Keller is building on at 10 Torrent?
So I think that's a really good swing at solving the intellectual property problem in semiconductors. Whether or not that pans out to be industry leading semiconductors, we don't know. But the
But
important
it's worth it. It's worth trying, isn't it?
it's always worth trying in a situation where you've got one guy with a funny jacket who controls who gets the chips.
How
N-
dare you?
n-
I
I-
love those jackets.
It's great. It's great. I love Denny's. We need other restaurants.
But that's the jacket from I Need a Girl Part 2 with Loon.
Bro, it's also the jacket from Old Iran with Ahmadinejad. Remember that episode? It's the same jacket, but it's leather.
I couldn't wait to get my hands on one of those biker jackets. That was the shit in like, what was that? Maybe 2003? I don't know.
He dresses like he's dancing in the Beat It video.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so like so I interrupted you because it was funny, but I'm gonna not interrupt you. Can you just expound on that, focusing on what really matters given the geopolitical situation we find ourselves in, which is not like the one with that invented, you know what I mean? This recent Silicon Valley push.
okay.
Because Silicon Valley was created out of war, no? Microwave, ARPANET.
No, so I would almost say it like this. Silicon Valley was created as part of a multinational response to the discovery, more or less, of transistor technology. And what happened was a freak out, more similar to this AI era than the gold rushes to this AI era. So they're the the difference wasn't the willingness to go find the gold and prospect it and bring it back. The willingness was to invest a bunch of time and effort into building the equipment to try to build this tiny little crystal. Like, let's just grow crystals until they work. And that's what happened. That's how it worked. And that process of discovering what crystals to grow and how continues to this day. Right? Most of the time you hear about fabs and the sizes of fabs, that has to do with the size of the traces and the types of crystals that they can grow at that scale. Um, so
So if you don't have a role in the crystal and the lattice mechanics, then you're going to be choked off.
not your crystals, not your intelligence. You know,
Now, before you go,
So
can you really explain
photo,
that?
so photo and graphene structures are going to alter things.
yeah, so like I could probably do a whole fucking 30-minute TED talk on bismuthine, but we're not going to get into that right now because that's like super advanced material science. And it is in this
Okay.
vein, but it is more towards submicrometer manufacturing of semiconductors. When you get into submicrometer manufacturing of semiconductors, you start to hit quantum effects that are so strong, you have to have quantum physics to understand it. So, as far as I'm concerned, don't talk to me about quantum physics until you have
It's
mastered graphene and
ghosting. Yeah.
bismuthine.
Yeah, it's ghosting. Okay.
Well, a lot of this stuff is it becomes an information physics challenge, not even computer science at that point.
Yeah, at that scale, it's information theory, information physics. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not so much like how the particles move, but it's how you can represent information using those little tiny particles.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is not a new thesis I'm hearing. You've said this a long time. It's just between the time that we met and the time now, Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse have gone bankrupt. A lot has happened since we met.
An old order died and a new one emerged, and the new one is too stupid to take its first steps.
That is correct. And in which case, a leadership vacuum is filled by the old guard. or at least the new bourgeoisie, the farmers who learned how to create tractors.
As happened pretty much all throughout history, the old guard creates proxies into the new guard. That's how they survive and transcend.
So it's like a directed acyclic graph of power, where you have a node and they diverge into factions and converge.
Well, and
That's
this brings
fascinating.
me back to the circular economy thesis that is so popular in Silicon Valley right now. It's a directed acyclical graph of value, shareholder value. Because it doesn't matter that they're passing the same cash around. The way it's represented in the books means that the shareholder value goes up in each one of those individual companies. And so it's like a 10, 20x on the final books up at the top. As far as I understand, maybe they do it accounting differently.
No, you're not wrong. That's how Mitsubishi works. 3
Yep.
diamonds, 3 industries.
Oh, as soon
And
as
that's
you understand the Zaibatsu system that created Mitsubishi, you're like, fuck, I need to do that.
so that's what the syndicate is,
Yeah.
or they call it a Sogo Shosha or a Karetsu.
Yes.
I see the thesis. So, not your crystals, not your intelligence, I think is the main thesis for A16Z.
Yeah, absolutely. Not your crystals, not your intelligence.
I'm going to clip this up. I appreciate it. Until the next forward.
All right, yeah, excellent. Like the occasional impromptu interviews are hilarious. It's a fun format. And yeah, I know you recorded this shit and clip it, and it can be used for promotion, so just do it. I trust you.
I'll do it.
All
I'll
right,
add
we'll
the
talk to you
B-reel.
guys later.
All right, take care.
Oh yeah,
Good seeing
if
you.
you're on this space and like you just didn't yap to me, you can just DM me and I'll talk with you. All right, we'll catch you guys later.
All right, be safe.
Take care. All right, DeFi Dictator, you ready for the final lesson you have in front of you? Leadership is everything.
Yeah. Let me get it started up.
And this will be the final lesson of at least your. Here's the thing, and I'll say this before he plays it. Remember, Hero, how I said that it's really hard to teach many people deeply? I sometimes have to talk to one person for hours on end. DeFi, how much time have we spent one-on-one in the past month? Just you and I talking directly.
Man, I can't count.
Exactly. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. And it wouldn't have happened if it's not that other people can't be in the room. It's just they have to be so polite that they don't say anything. Does that make sense? Right? You know how polite you guys are? You know this doesn't happen anywhere else where it's like just 2 people just trying
Oh,
to.
we know. Wait until about 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but you know how it goes. So DeFi Dictator, can you sum up what you've experienced today and then go